Good morning guys and welcome back. In this video we're gonna solve the knapsack problem, which is the integer linear optimization problem using Excel. So what we said in the previous video is that this problem has an additional constraint, and this constraint is because the variables or the decision variables of this problem, they should be integers, and this is because of this statement: each investment must be paid in full if it is made at all. And then in the previous video, we did the mathematical formulation, and then we're gonna solve our problem. Now guys, what I did, I copied this table to Excel, and then I remove 1, 2, 3, 4 because these should be my decision variables. So here guys, you can try any numbers. Whenever you click on data and then solver, the Excel will change these values so that you reach the optimized solution. And then I added the capacity, which is here 14, because they said that the investment bank has a total budget of 14 million euros. And I add this cell here for the profit, which means for my objective function, which is also in this case a maximum. So guys, I'm gonna sort by this profit or by this objective function, and as I said here, it is the maximum of the 16 times x1 plus 22 times x2 plus 12 times x3 plus 8 times x4. Alright, so if I'm gonna do it explicitly, it is like this. Don't forget to put the equal sign whenever you wanna add an equation to any Excel cell. Alright, so it is equal to x1 times 16 plus x2 times 22. You can follow me here, all right? Plus x3 times 12 plus x4 times 8. Alright, so this is the profit basically. Now of course it is 0 because I didn't put any number here. Let's say I'm gonna put this 1, 2, 0, 4. So of course you will have a short-term profit, and Excel will change these values whenever I click on solve. Now guys, I'm gonna teach you another way, simple way to do this equation, and it is called the sum product. So I can say equal. Okay, sum product means I'm gonna sum the product between these cells. So sum product of what? You have to open your parentheses and you have to specify here two arrays or two matrices. Alright, so the first array here is these values, the decision variables, and then I'm gonna say comma, and the second array is the revenue, and then I'm gonna close my parentheses. So in this case, guys, what Excel will do is to take the first cell of this array, multiply it by the first cell of the second array, plus the second cell times the cell plus the cell times the cell plus the cell times the cell. And then if I click enter, you can see, guys, that you will have the same value. So if you do it explicitly, this will waste time. Now if you use sum product, you can have directly also the correct answer. Okay, now for the capacity, I can also use sum product. So I'm gonna use it, sum product between what and what? Between basically this one, the number, the decision variables, and this amount. Then of course this should be less than 14. Alright, this should be less than the maximum capacity. Now it is not less than this because in fact I'm using some random numbers. So I put this 1, let's say, and then I put this 2, are still exceeding the capacity, so let's make this 0. So here I am near the total capacity, but I'm not sure if this is the optimized solution. So let's click on solve in order to know if this is my optimized solution or in order to change all these decision variables. So I'm gonna click on data here. Guys, if you don't have this solver, try to go back to the previous videos to add it, alright? And then click on solver. Now What is my maximized function here? Basically, it is the profit. So this is my maximized function, or this one. All right, so you can choose between them. They are the same. Okay, and I need to maximize it, of course, because this is a profit problem, by changing which variables. These are variables to be changed, subjected to what constraint. In fact, the first constraint is that this capacity here should be less or equal to the maximum capacity, and then I'm gonna add the integer constraint. So what is my integer constraint? This should be integer. So you have to click on this arrow and you have to choose this integer. And add this should be also integer. Add this should be also integer. Add, and this one should be also integer. Alright, so I'm gonna click on OK. And then make sure you are seeing all your constraints here. Then click on simple linear optimization simplex. It is the simplex method, and then you have to click on solve, and then you can keep the solver solution. And then, as you can see, guys, you have to invest only in the first type of investment and on the third type of investment, and make sure, guys, that the first type has two investments. Each one has an amount of 5 million euros, and the third type has only one investment of 4 million euros. And as you can see, guys, the capacity reaches its maximum. So I can benefit from the total amount of the capacity of this bank in order to make the maximized profit, which is here 44 million euros. So that's it. This is the integer linear optimization problems. In the next video, we will do the same using Lingo. Thank you.